Goodbye, Old Air Purifier. Hello Virus Fit. Remove more than just dust and haze. And eliminate airborne viruses with All Clean.
Goodbye virus. Hello Magic. SK Magic.
This is KiniNews and I'm your host Prasad, bringing you today's top stories. We've reached the halfway point of the campaign period for the Malacca state polls, and it's clear who PN is most afraid of, and it's not Harapan. Perikatan Nasional chairperson Muhyiddin Yassin dedicated most of his time last night to slam Umno as the coalition made their case to Malacca voters on why PN is the right choice. While Muhyiddin did attack Harapan, stating that its struggle was not consistent with the struggle of Malays and Muslims, he spent more time roasting Umno. Muhyiddin particularly focused on a group of leaders within the Malay party that are facing various graft charges. He painted Umno as a party that put its self-interest over the people during the COVID-19 pandemic, referring to the Perak coup in December 2020, the federal coup in August, and now the Malacca crisis last month that sparked the fresh polls. Muhyiddin criticized Umno for politicking despite the concessions he has made. For example, he said Umno was initially supposed to be led by Bersatu, but he relented after Umno demanded the top spot. Muhyiddin's speech indicated that PN views BN as its main challenge compared to Pakatan Harapan in Malacca.
Bahawa sudah sampai satu tahap bahawa lanskap politik negara ini mesti berubah. Bahawa sejarah Barisan Nasional sudah berakhir. Sudah lama mereka melalui proses lebih 6 dekad lamanya. Sekarang ini rakyat sudah berubah. Pendirian mereka pun sudah banyak terbuka disebabkan oleh ilmu dan juga kemahiran mereka.
Regrets. Nazir Razak's had a few, and it's not too few to mention. In fact, he's included it in his memoir, and it has to do with his brother Najib. Former CIMB Group chief Nazir Abdul Razak has revealed in his new book that he regretted helping his eldest brother Najib Abdul Razak cash cheques for the 13th general election that later turned out to be 1MDB linked. In his memoir, What's in a Name, Nazir said in the run-up to the 2013 polls, Najib approached him to help turn 4 cheques totaling 25.7 million ringgit into cash to be used for campaigning. He reiterated in the book that he saw it as only helping his brother and had no reason to suspect the money came from fraudulent sources beyond legitimate campaign contributions. In 2016, the Wall Street Journal reported that the checks came from an account owned by Najib where misappropriated 1MDB funds had been channeled. Nazir said the revelation was distressing and prompted him to take garden leave as the head of CIMB to allow for an internal probe. CIMB would later find that Nazir did not misuse his position in dispersing the checks. Nazir also said 1MDB had become a sore point and strained his relationship with his brother. Despite competing against each other in Malacca, Umno wants to be gentle with PAS, unlike how PAS is treating Umno, as you'll see later in this video. BN has instructed its candidates contesting in the Malacca state polls not to attack PAS. This is according to Malacca Umno Deputy Chief Muhammad Ali Muhammad. This is despite PAS contesting in the state polls under the PN ticket. Muhammad Ali said the outcome of the state polls will give PAS a clue and maybe they could work together for the future of Malays and Muslims in the next election. He added that Umno does not consider PAS an enemy. He said if there is a split between Umno and PAS in dealing with the current situation due to politics, Umno does not want this to impact the Malay Muslim community. Bersatu has sought to form a broad alliance under the Perikatan Nasional banner and has tried to bring Umno on board. However, Umno has refused to join and will be contesting against PN under the BN banner during the Malacca polls. PN comprises Bersatu, PAS, Gerakan, STAR and SAPP, while BN is made up of Umno, MCA, MIC and PBRS. PAS chose to reject extremist parties, says Hadi. That's why they went with PN in Malacca and not the other way. PAS President Abdul Hadi Awang said he steered his party to work with Bersatu in the Malacca state election because PN was a coalition of non-extremists. He added that BN's weaknesses started to show after being in power for decades and PN was the antidote.
PAS bersatu dan digerakkan di atas simbol Perikatan Nasional. Kita bertanding atas satu simbol untuk menolak parti yang ekstrim, untuk membuat satu perubahan pendekatan Pakatan baru, Perikatan baru. satu pembaharuan mesti dilakukan. Kalau rakyat Melaka nak buat pembaharuan, pilih Perikatan Nasional.
Hadi said this during an online address by the PN component party leaders for the Malacca polls on Thursday night. Hadi's speech was streamed live from Shah Alam in Selangor. Now we have a message from our sponsor. When we're back, find out what rewards one gets for backing someone to be the Prime Minister.
Shellfish, red meat, and beer. If you love indulging in these foods, you may end up with high uric acid level in your blood. These foods consist high level of purine, a substance that will eventually break down into uric acid and be excreted through our urine. It is recommended that the amount of dietary purines should be kept between 600 to 1,000 milligrams per day. Having too much uric acid in your blood can cause attacks of gout. It can also cause kidney stones and blockage in the kidney. The crystallization of the excessive uric acid in your blood can be eased by reducing purine-rich food to only 100 to 150 milligrams daily, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and consuming urinary alkalinizer like Ural. It consists of sodium bicarbonate, citric acid, and sodium citrate that increases the urinary pH and solubility of uric acid to prevent crystallization. Best of all, it's lemon-flavored and sugar-free. Ural, effective urinary alkalinizer. Neutralize your uric acid problem now.
Najib Abdul Rahman may soon be the Malaysian ambassador to Indonesia as a reward for backing Ismail Sabri, according to sources. Pasir Salah MP Tajudin Abdul Rahman is set to be appointed as a diplomat to reward his strong backing for Umno Vice President Ismail Sabri Yaakob. This is according to a source in Umno close to Tajudin. Speaking to Malaysia Kini, the source said Nazir Abdul Aziz, who also backed Ismail Sabri, is also tipped for an ambassador position. The source said the appointment of the two UMNO leaders is to repay them, as they were among the two individuals who played a role in getting Ismail Sabri appointed as the Prime Minister. Ismail Sabri emerged victorious in the prime ministerial race after Bersatu President Muhyiddin Yassin was ousted from the top job. The source noted that the duo was also among the most vocal in criticizing Ismail Sabri's rival, UMNO President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi. Tajudin is tipped to be appointed as the Malaysian ambassador to Indonesia. Wearing a shirt with a party logo is considered campaigning, and campaigning physically in Malacca will get you fined, as one PKR candidate found out. PKR's Majap Jaya candidate Lau Bin Hao has been fined 4,000 ringgit for wearing clothing with Pakatan Harapan's logo at an eatery on Wednesday. According to Malacca Police, the candidate was found to have breached the standard operating procedure of the Malacca polls by taking part in a walkabout in Alor Gajah. Malacca Police Chief Abdul Majid Muhammad Ali told Malaysia Kini that wearing a shirt bearing a party symbol is seen as an act of campaigning. PKR Communications Director Fahmi Fahdel posted a copy of the compound on social media, calling the move crazy. He questioned whether the Harapan logo could spread the COVID-19 virus. Majid said the candidate may appeal to the Health Ministry if he is not happy. The candidate may also bring the issue to court. Lau was told to pay the 4,000 fine by November 25th, or he may be slapped with a court charge. Bersatu, without the baggage of being associated with DAP, is hoping to pull more Malay votes. Bersatu is expecting to capture more Malay votes in Malacca now that it no longer works with DAP. Malacca PN Chief Muhammad Rafiq Naiza Muhyiddin said it was hard for Bersatu to get solid support from the Malays in Malacca when it was a part of Pakatan Harapan, as the community was said to be reluctant to vote for parties linked to DAP. He also said previously Bersatu contested as the opposition, so there was no track record to show their service to the Rakyat. Rafiq was responding to a reporter's request for his take on PN's chance to win the state election. In the 2018 general election, when Bersatu was part of Pakatan Harapan, it only won 2 seats out of the 6 seats it contested. PAS, which went into the 2018 election on its own, did not win any of the seats it contested. However, for the ongoing state election, PAS has decided to go in under the PN banner, working together with Bersatu and Gerakan. Rafiq also expressed his confidence that Bersatu's alliance with PAS would help PN score many seats. Anwar Ibrahim is a fan of debates, but BN's Sulaiman Ali isn't. BN Sulaiman Ali has rejected a proposal for a debate between chief ministerial candidates in the Malacca polls. Sulaiman told Malaysia Kini that he prefers to focus on campaigning with only 7 days left before polling day. The caretaker chief minister has been endorsed by BN to remain in the top job if the coalition wins. Yesterday, Pakatan Harapan chief Anwar Ibrahim proposed a television debate between Harapan's chief ministerial candidate Adli Zahari and his BN and PN counterparts. The proposal was made after Communications and Multimedia Minister Anwar Musa indicated that all parties may be given airtime on national airwaves to campaign for the Malacca polls. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Prasad. Thank you for watching.
As the ministry responsible for driving our country forward through science, technology and innovation, the recognition of this award to companies, agencies and individuals who bring positive socio-economic impact to society is timely, as it can serve as the motivator for the industry, community and others to always be mindful of innovation, despite the unprecedented COVID-19 pandemic. This effort also complements the national development agenda based on the spirit of keluarga Malaysia. Akhir kata, kepada para pemenang, remember this: you have knowledge, and when you practice knowledge, you will get skills. When you practice skill, you will get habits, and when you practice habits, you will get attitudes, and you practice attitude, you will get the right culture.